Every time I go online, I see a new video of scalpers clearing Pokemon cards off of shelves, people fighting over them at Costco and Walmart, and I'm like, man, how does a new collector get started? I've been back into collecting Pokemon cards for about a year, and it's been alright. It's like a double-edged sword because, you know, there are a lot of cool cards out there, especially someone like me who grew up with base set and looking at the cards now. There are some pretty cool ones, but at the same time, it's like, how do you get your hands on product? Every time you go online, every time you go in stores, everything is sold out. So this video is going to be a kind of little how-to. I'm going to try to keep it short, try to keep it to the point, how to start a Pokemon card collection in 2025. If you're new here, give the video a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. My name's Wasim, and let's get into it. I have a video that I've done on my channel called Opening Pokemon Cards for the First Time in Over 20 Years. And in that video, spoiler alert, I opened around 30 packs of 151. After opening those 30 packs, this is the majority of what I pulled. I pulled this Daisy Help. I pulled an Ammonite, illustration rare. Got the Psyduck, cool Psyduck. This Charizard. And the big hit was the Blastoise. This is what I pulled out of 30 packs. So, and a lot of people, some people in the comments were like, hey man, those are some pretty cool cards that you pulled. And I agree, they are some pretty cool cards. But, how long would it have taken me to pull this, and this, and this? How long would it have taken me to pull all these cards here? How many packs would it have been? Mind you, this is the card that got me back into collecting. So cool. And then, how much would it have cost to pull all these cards from 151? Like, it would have been a lot of money, it would have been a lot of time, it would have been a lot of packs. And that's the main thing, that's the main point that I want you guys to take away from this video, is if you're getting back into the hobby, you're going to collect singles. Now, I know what you're saying. It's so much more fun opening packs, which is why I got some battle styles, and I got a couple of Journey Togethers. We're going to open this at the end of the video, so stay tuned to that. But collecting packs, collecting singles is going to be the way to go. Now, I remember even watching a video, there was a woman, her chase card was the Gengar from Fusion Strike, and she literally, it was one of those vendor videos, and she admitted she's $2,000 in packs trying to pull the Gengar. And she basically just went up to the vendor, she's like, okay, I can't take it anymore, I'm just gonna buy him. And she bought the card. At that point, it was only $400. I don't know what it is now. Yeah, so I'm like, look, you spent $2,400 for that one card. If you bought a single from the get-go, $400, you would have saved, like, you could have $1,600, and put $1,600 towards, like, what? More cards, stuff in life, investing, or even if you wanted to go into, like, Pokemon investing, you buy some booster boxes or whatever, hold them, and then sell them 5-10 years from now. That's what you could have done. So, I mean, singles is going to be the way to go. But what do you do? Like, how do you go about collecting singles? So the number one thing is to go after what you like. That's the first thing you can do. And obviously with me, you saw, I love 151. Like I said, this is the card I saw, and I was just like, man, I saw this card, I'm like, I gotta get back into collecting. That's how much I like it. And so I love the original 151 Pokemon. Those are some of my favorite. Even you come across other cards like this Pidgeot, it looks pretty cool. And so that's the number one thing you're going to do. Collect what you like. So that way, at least if the cards, I mean, because a lot of people nowadays, they look at not just the card itself, but they look at the value. Will this card go up over time? And it's like, that's one way to look at it. I mean, a lot of people like to combine their investing hobbies and their collecting hobbies and put them both into one. But it's not just about collecting cards that'll go up in value. It's about collecting what you like. I collected some of the newer stuff. This Charmander, Squirtle, and Bulbasaur set right here. These are so cool. You got the you got the Charmander real angry looking at the Pidgey. You got Squirtle kind of chill, happy. And you got Bulbasaur really chill, just taking a nap. 2 Pidgeys in each card. Again, these are cards that I like. The next thing you can do, like the next way to go about collecting is to niche down. So you're going to pick a niche, and that'll help you with getting specific. So, for example, you can niche like a single Pokemon. So you maybe, for example's sake, let's say you like Ghastly. Or maybe even if it's a certain card, you can go for a Ghastly. I got 3 of these. I got 3 of these ones. I thought these ones were really cool. I thought they were really cool. Now I don't know what to think. You got like Gengar licking Ghastly's ass right there. I didn't notice that. But yeah, it's I thought this was pretty cool. And so I just collected a bunch of them. Also, you got duplicates of cards. You can collect I mean, these were like on sale. They were like, yeah, these were on sale. So I collect multiple of them. So that's the way you can go. And that way, when you go, if you ever decide to go to a card show or if you go to a store, you're not going to be tempted by like shiny object syndrome, right? You're not going to be thrown this way or that way because you have a clear goal when you go in there. If a set doesn't have the card that you're looking for, or doesn't have the Pokemon you're looking for, you're not going to collect it. Another thing is, it doesn't have to be a specific Pokemon. It could be a certain set you want to collect. If you want to collect 151, you just buy up 151 all you want. It could be any other set. It could be black or white. It could be base set if you got money and everything like that. Or it could even be a foreign card. Like, for example, a tip, if you want to save money but you still want some cool cards, collect the Japanese version of the cards. You can go into the stores right now and get like a Japanese booster box, the card shops that sell them, and they're way cheaper than getting an English booster box, right? Way cheaper. So that could be an option. And from what I understand, I don't have any Japanese cards to show you guys, but from what I understand, from what I hear, the texture of the cards way better, they look way better, and, you know, again, cost efficient, man, if you want to go that way. Again, for the niche, you don't even need to pick a specific card. Your niche could be something else entirely. For example, you can go for, like, your niche is like, I'm only collecting cards that are under $20. Again, that way it gives you direction. Whether you go to a card shop, if you go to a show, if you're looking online, you filter by price and you just look by price. You're looking for things under $20. It gives you, first of all, that's way more economical. It's better that way. And then you can, yeah, again, you have direction for when you're collecting, right? And the thing about collecting singles, guys, it allows you to either discover cards you didn't even know you liked. So I'm damn near a Gen 1 supremacist, man. I was like, again, I was in like grade 1 or grade 2 when Pokemon came out, and everyone was watching the shows and collecting it. So obviously, you know, we got, obviously we were swept up in the hype, and every generation, like whatever generation you grew up with is what's going to be your favorite. So I think that's true. So Gen 1 and Gen 2 for me are usually my favorites. But what happened was, you go around and you start collecting, and you come across different cards. Like, look at this Houndour right here. I didn't even know I liked it. I was just like, wow, that looks pretty cool. This Riolu right here, again, looks really cool. This is the one where I was like, damn, that's actually like, that's a fantastic looking card, man. That Groudon right there, you got the volcanoes erupting in the background. Again, so Latios right there. And this is an Espeon actually from Neo Discovery, if I remember correctly. Yeah, so again, it allows you to look at cards. Collecting singles, you'll flip through a binder or whatever, and then you'll end up seeing things that you didn't even know you liked in the first place, which will allow you to start just broadening your horizons. But also, collecting singles, what will it do? You get to reconnect with the things you grew up with in the past, man. And these are the three, man. This is what it was for me back in the day. I actually I didn't pull this exact card, but I remember pulling a Blastoise. If you had any of these three cards when I was a kid, and and people knew about it at school, you get rushed at recess. Everyone wanted to see them, man. Everyone wanted to see these. So yeah, like these, collecting singles, this is the way to go about it. So again, and the thing about collecting singles is, for example, if you come across a card that you like and you pick up multiples of them, this can kind of lead to, I don't want to really talk about Pokemon investing because I don't really do it, but like an easy way to start if you wanted to start Pokemon investing, pick a card that you like, pick a card that you think will go up, and if you can afford it, buy 3. Use 1 for your personal collection, 1 for a long-term hold, and 1 you kind of use to make money immediately. Because the thing with Pokemon investing, a lot of people are like, oh yeah, my collection's worth this much, worth that much, and then none of us really want to sell. So, that's the thing. So it allows you to even experiment like in a small way without you dropping hundreds of, or even like thousands of dollars in it at once. You pick up something worth $20, maybe hold it until it goes, or even something worth $10 and hold it until it turns into a $15 card. You pick up something worth $10, maybe it'll turn to 15, maybe it'll turn to 20. A lot of cards in 151 ended up going that way, but I think some of them have fell in value, but that's the name of the game. So this allows you to do this in a small way. Again, another thing you should do, so again, like I said, you get to reconnect with your childhood. I got all these cards from my childhood that I ended up picking up, but one of the things I wanted to show you guys is when you're buying these, like again, I went and picked up a bunch of these at a time. Make sure you're looking properly. So I was picking up a bunch of stuff from base set, and this Scyther kind of snuck in there. As you see right here, you got the base set 2 mark. So this guy just snuck in, right? You got Ninetales, Vileplume, Haunter, Clefable, Dragonite, Jolteons, Flareon, Dark Alakazam, Zapdos. I can show more of these. Like right now I'm just giving you guys advice. I'm not really showcasing the cards, so I can show those later in another video if you guys want. Another thing you can do, and again, packs are always fun to open. So what I suggest doing is look for packs. Exactly, this is why I saw a booster box. And you know, I usually don't like buying single packs like this, but it was out of a booster box. So I was like, let's give it a try. And so you can pick up packs that are like from an older set. So this is Battle Styles. This is Sword and Shield era. We're in Scarlet and Violet. These two are relatively new. So, again, those are going to be open in a minute. Eventually, guys, you will come into sets that are in demand. Eventually. Right? But you just got to be a little bit patient. For example, 151 came out. After a while, eventually, I found some booster bundles for Scarlet and Violet. Right? You're going to come across these. After that, I think it was Surging Sparks. I ended up finding some for Surging Sparks. After that, it was Journey Together. I got like 10 sleeved packs of this, Journey Together. After that, it was Destined Rivals, right? So if you guys are patient, eventually you will come across some stuff that you can open. My advice to you is, because of the pricing of everything nowadays, like I think I'm in Canada, so the Destined Rivals booster box is over $400 here. I'm not sure what the Mewtwo that you get out of Giovanni's Mewtwo or Rocket's Mewtwo, whatever. I'm not sure what the cost of it is, but I think the box is more expensive than the actual card you can pull. So what I think is, again, you pick up singles and then pick up some stuff like this. Pick up some stuff like this and just to open for fun. Not really like, again, you're not committing to anything there. You're not hoping to just pull the Mewtwo because, again, it's kind of like that's not really a good strategy to go about. It's a strategy that'll cost you a lot of money in the long run. And you know what happens later on? Oh, I forgot to show you guys. Eventually, again, found some prismatic evolution stuff. You can open it as a surprise box. And got the premium collection right there as well. So yeah, eventually you will come across some products. You just have to stay vigilant. You gotta stay patient. I could have actually got some black and white, but I went to the store. They only had white. For the booster bundles. They only had white flare. They didn't have black bolt. But they had some ETBs, and I was like, you know, if I bought those, I would only be really getting them for the video itself. So I didn't really want to do that because, I mean, I looked at the card list. There's some cool cards in there, but there's nothing that I really go crazy for, right? So, and you know what? After a while, again, when people are focusing on something else, there'll be other opportunities elsewhere. For example, everyone was focusing on, forgot what set it was. I think it was Surging Sparks. These were on sale. I found some Crown Zenith booster bundles, right? And these are now, I think I bought these at $45 Canadian, I think. So, and I think now each one of these is over 100. So, mind you guys, my plan right now is to open all of this, right? Every single sealed product I have, I want to open all of it. So, there's that. I even came across a Hidden Fates Charizard box, collection box, and this one makes me look like a psycho. Hold on. I got these, are these blister packs? The blister packs. I got these Lost Origin Score Bunny blister packs. I think I got like 12 of these. And I got these Croagunk Lost Origin blister packs. I got 13 of these. I have 25 Lost Origin. Eventually, you'll come across modern packs. You'll come across the most recent things. And you'll come across some things that, you know, maybe you didn't even know that you wanted. Crown Zenith. Now, a couple other tips. Storage. You want all of your cards to be in top loaders, right? Not just penny sleeves. You want them, as you can see, you don't want them to get damaged. Ideally, what you would do is get a binder that can fit the top loader itself. They have binders like that. When you put it in the sleeve, it stays in this. If you just have the penny sleeve in there, or even if you just take the card and put it in there as well, it's going to get damaged. After flipping so many times, it's going to get damaged. So that's one thing you're going to do. Last but not least, the next step up in collecting will be to start, I think, my own personal opinion, maybe saving up some money and going for slabs. This is going to be the best way to preserve the card and make sure that, you know, this is basically what people look at when you talk about a card being worth $1,000 or $2,000. They're not talking about raw cards like I just showed you. They're usually talking about a graded slab. PSA, probably the most popular one. Beckett grading is also up there. More expensive because I think they're more strict. But again, you can go and you can collect these slabs, and eventually these cards hold their value better than the raw cards. So one of the funny things is, with these new cards, these modern cards out here, you don't really have any wiggle room. You basically have to grade at a 10. Like, they have to get a 10, or else basically if it's a 9 or 8, if it's a 9, it's basically worth the same as it would be raw. If it's an 8, it's probably worth even less. So that's one of the things. If you pick up if you can get some good quality, like they're in good condition vintage cards, you have a little bit more room. That's another thing if you're going to go and you're going to get graded. I found that, like, you know, for example, this card, I don't know what it's worth. Like most of them, like for example, you can grade at a PSA 7 or an 8 and it'll still be worth more graded at a 7 or 8 than it would be raw. So that's pretty much going to do it for the videos. We're just going to get into opening. I'm going to start with these Battle Styles. Battle Styles is a pretty underrated set. I think, my own personal opinion, I think it's a little bit underrated. I don't know what the pack trick is, so we're going to figure it out from this one. Murkrow, Tepig, Honedge, Electabuzz, Baltoy, Arcol, Steelix, Energy, Golbat, Bruno, Arcol. Who the shit was the rare? Who was it? Was it Steelix? Yeah, it was Steelix. So what was that? Was that 4? I'm gonna try with 4 for the next one. I didn't even pay attention. I was just... One of the things about being a new collector is I don't really know the names of all these guys. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I think it's 4. Okay. Energy, Golbat, Gliscor, Indeedee, Sizzlepede, Jinx, Cacnea, Pawniard, Timber, Galarian Slowbro, Voltund. Striking out. Battle Styles. I think we're looking for the Tyranitar. It's a sleeping Tyranitar in this set. I think there's also an Empoleon, Fire Energy, Energy Recycler, Girder, Cacturn, Houndour, Lickitung, Horsey, Mankey, Mawile, Phoebe, Electivire. See? I told you, man. You only open these packs for fun, man. Don't open these packs expecting anything. And yeah, man, collect singles. That's the way to go. You don't want to throw away crazy amounts of money on the hobby unnecessarily. Psychic Energy, Seadra, Fan of Waves, Dottler, Murkrow, Tepig, Honedge, Electabuzz, Baltoy, Lickilickly, Primeape. One more Battle Styles, then we're on to those Journey Together packs. Again, if you've been watching this video, thank you. Let me know what you want me to see open. Like, out of all my sealed product right now that I showed you, I basically showed you everything that I have. So, which one do you want to see me open? Again, the plan is to open all of them. Electric Energy, or Lightning Energy, Bufflant, Urn of Vitality, Koopa, Murkrow, Horsey, Cherubi, Lickitung, Electabuzz, Ventiscorch, Edge Slash. Alright, Bus, man, Battle Styles. Battle Styles wasn't too nice to us. 2 Journey Together packs. I don't know what the card trick is for this, so I think I'm just going to go into it. Hopswooloo, Agon, Paris, Wingo, Spiky Energy, Belgor, Obscorvenite, Iono's Kilowattero, Bomber, Snorlax, Hop Snorlax, Basic Energy, so just one. Snorlax is all good, but you know what it is. Last pack, best pack, is that how it goes? Let's do the 1. Basic energy. Coughing. Shuppet. Hops Corvus Esquire. And Sigalith. Postwick. Cloth. Levincia. Lily's Ribombi. Cramorant. And Iono's Kilowatt Roll. Alright, so as you see, it would actually have been bad if I pulled something big, because it would have totally undermined my whole video and all of my advice of saying, make sure you collect singles, right? Collect singles. Show you guys the big 3 again. My favorites. These aren't even in good condition. This is a medium play, or moderately played. This is a lightly played. Yeah, the guy gave me, it was a lightly played one. This Venusaur was straight up, I think, heavily played, but again, these aren't going anywhere. They're just staying with me. So that's going to do it for this video, guys. Again, if you learned something from this video, give it a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Thank you so much for watching. I will make more Pokemon videos. I will try to be more consistent with my channel, and thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next one.